Hi, it's Mike Thornton from Pro Tools Expert, and today we're going to take a look at the MCS5 from JL Cooper. Now, this is a compact hardware controller with transport buttons, jog wheel, and 2 banks of 8 assignable buttons. For me, real desktop space is important, and you can see how compact this is when you compare it to my Avid Pro Tools dock. But the power of this unit is in the MCS5 software, and it has a range of features to enable you to control almost anything. You can have a dedicated key set for every single application, and the MCS5 software comes with a set of key sets for some of the popular nonlinear editors and DAWs. You can see here we've got Avid Media Composer, Final Cut Pro and Final Cut X, Nuendo, Nuendo 7 and Pro Tools, of course. The application's got 2 windows. On the left here you can see a view of the unit, and that reflects everything that's going on the actual unit itself and enables us to select a particular button to reprogram it. And then on the right hand side here we've got the inspector window, and this is where all the magic takes place. We first got this built-in tab, and this will change depending on what application key set you've got. But here with the Pro Tools key set, you can see that we've got a wide range of Pro Tools related functions, new tracks dialog, phase dialog. We've got the clip list, so all the menu items in the clip list are all available. Next, we've got keystrokes. And if we just look at the rewind button on the default Pro Tools key set, you can see here that in essence what will happen is when I press that button, it's the same as pressing the 1 on the numeric keypad. And that will be the same as pressing the rewind button in Pro Tools. Then we've got the mouse, and this option enables you to emulate the Mac mouse, including mouse clicks, moves and drags. Then we've got the Midi option. This enables the MCS5 to emulate any Midi device, and there's a lot of power available in this section. And then finally we've got the emulation section. If I just tick on here, the jog wheel, you can see that the jog wheel is now in emulation, and that's working through HUI. So that's a quick whiz round the default Pro Tools settings, but now I'm going to load up my own Pro Tools key set that I've created and give you a walkthrough. So this set of 4 across the top here, I've configured to help me with my Pro Tools Expert workflow. I've got the option here to open the strip silence window, and you can see here, edit menu, strip silence. And then this one here is the actual function for doing the strip silence. So let's just move up to the end of this Pro Tools Expert podcast. And if I highlight this original clip, so now we can press the strip silence button, and you can see that it's opened up the strip silence window. Next, I can just press the strip button, and that's effectively clicked on the strip button in the strip silence window. Next, I can press the fades button, and I've configured that to open the fades dialog box. Because I've got this set of default settings, all I need to do is finally hit this last button, which I've programmed to press the enter key, and it's done. We can just scroll in here, and you can see that every single clip has had a fade put in, beginning and end, and that's a whole raft of work done in just 4 clicks. Next, I've got import session data, because again that's part of my Pro Tools Expert podcast workflow. Import audio, again one single button. I can select the smart tool, so let's just get rid of the strip silence. So if I go into the second bank here, now I can select the selector tool, the smart tool, the grabber tool. Back to the smart tool, we can change shuffle, slip, which are the 2 that I use all the time. And then this one here, we can nudge the clip gain up and down. So again, regular things that I do are now on buttons. So what do I think of it? Well, there's no doubt it's a really compact unit. It doesn't move around the desktop too much, but I do tend just to lean on the top when I'm pressing buttons, just in case it does move around. It also gives me a bit of a reference point in terms of where I am on the unit. But the real power has to be in the programming software. So many features of Pro Tools already sat there, pre-programmed, ready to go. Then if that isn't enough, you've got the keystrokes and the emulation and the mouse options should you need it. I love the fact that because it's a hardware unit, I've got real tactile feedback. So pressing buttons, I know I've pressed them. Really nice. On the downside, it's a real shame that each of the buttons only has 5 characters. It'd be great to see a version 2 where there's much more detail available in the display. The manual needs a bit of an update. I'm using the latest software and the latest Pro Tools key set, which only came out a couple of days ago, and the manual has yet to reflect those changes. The jog wheel option have been here in terms of I've got to spin it quite fast future of to actually be able to hear it. If I sort of spin it slower, I can't really tell what's being said. Whereas if I go over to my Pro Tools dock, the future it's so much better. Now, I suspect that this limitation is not actually a limitation of the MCS5. I suspect it's a limitation of the HUI protocol. But again, it'd be really nice to see if that could be improved. Perhaps even just being able to improve the law of this so that to get real-time playback, I don't have to spin it so fast. That would be a real help. But overall, I really like it. It's very compact and yet a very powerful unit. And thanks to our friends at Asper Media for providing me with this review unit. I'll see you again soon.